Hello and welcome to Monday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we're closing in on Christmas Day. So I've decided to put my Santa hat on today. I hope that's all right. And we're going to be having a look at a really beautiful looking puzzle, bent into shape by 99% Sneaky. This has been recommended to us loads over the last few days. And I have to, well, there's a couple of things I'm going to mention about this puzzle. The first is that the actual visual look of it is just gorgeous. You've got sort of, these are Dutch whisper lines, but absolutely symmetrical, very short Dutch whisper lines, absolutely symmetrical quadruple clues, all sort of in the same position within their boxes, and a disjoint subset rule today. Now this is the bane of my, I mean, I'm bad enough at scanning well at Sudoku in the best of times, but this is the rule that says that digit that's in the sort of top right hand cell of its box, so it's the top right cell of this box. So if that digit was what could it be, maybe a 4, then this cell could not be a 4 because it is in the top right cell of its 3x3 box, and therefore you cannot repeat a digit in this position. It's just bonkers because you obviously have to scan rows and columns as usual, but you also have to scan positions within boxes. I find it very difficult to do efficiently, but anyway, this is what we're going to have a go at. I think it's got 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty over on Logic Masters Germany, and apparently it is absolutely beautiful. So a fitting puzzle for the 23rd of December. Now I have an absolute wealth of really cool stuff to talk to you about today. So where shall we start? Let us start with Marushia Dark's Cracking the Cryptic Bingo. Yeah, I know that sounds mad, but let me go over here and let me show you. So Marushia has made it. So I'll put a link to this in the video description. I think if you click that, oh yeah, there you go. It's bingo, and so you can play it. And Marushia's made it so it generates a bingo card. And so if there's a cave constraint, you can tick that off. If I say, or Mark says, outrageous, bobbins, does that mean bobbins always appears in the middle of the board? I don't know. X-swing, orange and blue, 2x2. I mean, actually, if Snook, you'd never get one of these filled in a single video. Or if anyone actually achieved that, that would be quite remarkable. I mean, there are some, admittedly, I have been known to repeat myself, but it doesn't seem very likely to me that you would complete a bingo card in a single video, but maybe you will. Anyway, Marushia, thank you very much for making that, and do those of you who enjoy bingo, it may be an amusement, so do enjoy it. Next, I'm going to talk to you about our apps. So we have lots of Sudoku apps now, and I think there are 12 in all. Our most popular ever is our Fog of War Sudoku app, which is it's our newest app as well, and loads of you have been enjoying that. Now there's been some app updates overnight. We've added a couple of free Christmas puzzles, so enjoy those. We've added 5 more line Sudoku puzzles now, so the line Sudoku 100 is complete now, and we've added 5 new Fog of War puzzles as well. So do check those out. Lots and lots of wonderful things in our apps. Now also, we've got the Hobbit incoming very soon. The Hobbit is our brand new Sudoku hunt from Blobs, coming up on the 1st of January over on Patreon. I think I might have a picture. Let's have a look. Oh, not a very big picture, but there you go. So this is Blobs' follow-up to the Lord of the Rings hunt, which is one of the most popular things we have ever released on Patreon. You can see the titles of the puzzles here, and these are all complete with that absolutely beautiful artwork that was featured in the first pack too. So Ted Naismith's art, yeah, anyway, that's coming up very soon. Next we'll go over to the Royal Statistical Society and their Christmas quiz. Not that one, there we go. So Dr. Tim Paulden was kind enough to write to us and alert us to the existence of this. I think I mentioned it last year as well, and it's a great set of puzzles, and you can, if you manage to finish them, you can win hefty donations to charities of your choice. So definitely something to have a go at. Once the mince pies have worn off over Christmas, the erudite families out there will... I mustn't look at this. If I start to look at it, I'll start to try and solve the puzzles. Anyway, definitely recommend it to you. Check it out. And then I've got lots more birthdays to catch. I've got some to catch up on post my holiday, but also some that actually do relate to today. And I have a bone to pick with one of you about these birthdays, but we'll get to that in due course. Anyway, we'll start off by wishing Carlo, whose birthday it is today, a very, very happy 12th birthday. Your dad Soren wrote to us, Carlo, and sent us a picture, which I will share with you. I've not put it in the right place, have I? Whoopsie. But this is the birthday boy, with the birthday, I think it's a carrot cake. I might be wrong. But I was absolutely delighted by the idea that Soren has had. He tells me they have a bowl of extra icing for our kind of people. Isn't that a fantastic idea? So yeah, I mean that cake has got a reasonable amount of icing, nearly the correct amount. If it was double that amount, it would be the correct amount, and then it would be absolutely delicious. But Soren, thank you for writing in, and Carlo, many, many happy returns. It looks like you're having a very good time there on your birthday. Next, younger even than Carlo, Damien has turned 1 today. And I know this, Damien, because your parents, Chris and Danielle, wrote to us. No, it's not today, is it? It was December the 17th, actually. This is one of the ones I was late with. Naughty Simon, because, well, I was away when this happened. Actually, I have to thank you, the two parents, for the book recommendation, because I've bought it for Mark for Christmas. I quite wanted to buy it for myself, but I didn't. But I've bought it for Mark. I read the reviews on Amazon, and it did seem to be exactly the sort of thing that Mark would enjoy. So thank you for that. And Damien, I hope you had a great birthday. Next, Elliot. Elliot, this is today, isn't it? Elliot, it's your birthday. I know this because your girlfriend Lucy wrote to us. And absolutely brilliant this is. So Elliot, for his birthday, asked for a day full of puzzles. And Lucy loved that idea. You two sound made for each other. There are very few people that I can think of in my real life who I could say, would it be all right if we had a day of puzzles? And they would go, yes. I wish I knew more people like that. But Elliot, many, many happy returns. Next, Grace. Grace, you turned 18. Now, this was a few days ago, I think, 15th of December. I hope I'm right about that. Down there in Australia. I know this because Danny wrote to us and told us all about it and said that I should congratulate you on your HSC. Is that high school certificate? I think I remember that from my Australian travels. Grace, I hope you enjoy your gap year before you head off to uni. Next... Now, this is the one that I've got a bone to pick with. Sam, you've turned 31 today. You're also down there in Australia. I know this because your brother Josh wrote to us. And I think, Sam, you gave Josh a Cracking the Cryptic book for his birthday. And Josh is hoping that he's sort of trumping you by getting a shout out on the channel for you. But the reason I have a bone to pick with a pair of you is that Josh, in his email, let it be known that the two of you exchange song recommendations every week, with a view to sort of broadening your musical appreciation. And you wondered whether I might like to give you a couple of songs or recommend a couple of songs to you guys. And this set me down a rabbit warren, frankly. I've spent about the last hour and a half thinking about the best song I could recommend to the pair of you. I've managed to whittle it down to 3. These are not my favourite songs, by the way. These are just songs that I suspect, well, I'm hoping you won't have heard at least one of these before, and that they will introduce you to something new. So Thank you for sending me down the rabbit warren. And the first song I think is the most likely that you will have heard before, and it is Ocean by the John Butler Trio, really by John Butler, I think. And if you do decide to listen to that, you should listen to the Live at Red Rocks version. And that is, in my opinion, one of the most incredible pieces of guitar music ever created. My next recommendation, sorry about this, but I have to do it, is Surging Out of Convalescence by Half Man, Half Biscuit. Half Man, Half Biscuit are musical geniuses. Lead singer thereof is a writer, an extraordinary writer of lyrics and songs, and some of you may listen or know the song Surging Out of Convalescence, and for some of you it will really tickle your fancy. And then the final song I'm going to recommend is Any Day by Derek and the Dominoes, from the album Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs, which I quite often mention on the channel as being my favourite album of all time. Any Day from that is probably one of the most accessible songs on it, and it is also absolute genius. So there we go. Can I make a Spotify or something? And people, I wonder if I can do that. That might be easier for people than listening to this. I don't know, someone in the comments, let me know. Anyway, thank you. A brief digression, not really a brief digression, 11 minutes into the video. We have no idea, do we, on Cracking the Cryptic, about social media. I was playing golf with someone yesterday, and they were sort of asking what I did, and I told them. And they were explaining how they listened to the golf podcast, No Laying Up, and the No Laying Up guys were saying, actually, we've been sort of going against what's recommended by making longer and longer stuff in which we might play 18 holes slowly, and actually that's the most popular stuff we do. And that's exactly, I think, a sort of a role that we play on Cracking the Cryptic. We've just discarded all the earlier advice about editing out the breaths and things like that because people's attention spans are too small, and we just make videos where we do something we really enjoy, and we talk to our viewers, and hopefully that is enough. Anyway, I digress again. Naughty Simon. Right, let's go on with the next birthday, Merlin. It was Merlin. What a brilliant name. Merlin. What a brilliant name. Merlin. I wish I knew someone in real life called Merlin. On December the 14th, it was your birthday. I know this because your wife, Amelie, wrote to us and told us that you watch every day, so thank you for doing that. Many happy returns. I hope it was a good birthday. Next, Michael, from your wife, Leah. Your birthday's today, so that's good. I'm on time with that. And apparently CTC is your dinner time entertainment, so much appreciated. Natalie, on December the 15th, it was your birthday. You turned 28. And I know this because your boyfriend Thomas wrote to us. Is that Tomats or Thomas? I think Thomas. I'll go for Thomas. And told us that you watch before sleep. So thank you for doing that. I have a soporific effect, I am assured. Sam, it was your birthday. I don't know if this is today or not. Well, I didn't write that down on my sheet, but your girlfriend Hannah wrote to us and told us it was your birthday, and told us that you have watched since the first lockdown, and that you have got Hannah into the channel too. So Sam, thank you for spreading the word. I hope your birthday was brilliant, and if it's today, it's still brilliant. And then finally, I've got another picture to go with this one. Theodore, it's your third birthday. Your mummy Caitlin wrote to us. It was your third birthday on December the 14th, so I'm a bit late. I'm sorry about that. But you love puzzles with shapes and colours in them. That is absolutely brilliant. And I have a picture of your cake, and your cake has, if I can show it properly, is a dinosaur cake with 3 in the corner. Look, that's absolutely brilliant. 3 factorial even, perhaps. A proper Christmas 3. I don't know whether we'll get one of those today. We will see in due course. But Theodore, I hope it was a very good birthday. At least I know you had a very good cake. And now, a mere 14 minutes, 39 seconds into the video, we will read the rules to Bent Into Shape by 99% Sneaky. They are as follows. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So we have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Adjacent digits along orange lines must have a difference of at least 4. So, if that square is a 2, oh, well, it can't be a 2, because if this is 2, 8, I'll change it to 3. If that's a 3, this digit has to be at least 4 different from 3, so it would have to be 7 or 9, because it couldn't be 8 because of the quadruple clue, but we'll get on to what quadruples mean next. A digit in a white circle must appear once in the 4 surrounding cells. So those 4 cells contain a 2 and an 8. They contain a 3, 5 and 6, etc. Then it's got the disjoint subset rule, so any 2 cells which are in the same relative position within their respective 3 by 3 boxes must contain different digits. For example, if 7 was placed in the top left corner of box 1, there, then no other boxes could have a 7 in their top left corner. So this is what we said before. Essentially, one way of thinking about disjoint subsets is that those digits there have to be the 9 different Sudoku digits. They cannot be a repeat within those squares. And if we go to the top right, again, those squares all have to be different, etc. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, get rid of the 7. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. So, what I'm going to do first is avoid the disjoint subset rule at all cost. I'm going to try and pick off commonalities between these quadruple clues. Look, there's a 1 and a 2 in each of these quadruple clues. So that means that if we think about row 4, where are the 1 and the 2 in row 4? And the answer is they're not here and they're not here. So they must be in these 3 squares, and that is quite interesting immediately. No jokes. It is quite interesting because imagine this was not a 1 or a 2. These would be the digits 1 and 2, and they are not at least 4 apart, are they? So that's not going to work. So this is a 1 or a 2, and on this little, well, in this domino, there is a 1 or a 2. But I don't know whether we know which way round. Now, what about 9s then? So 9 has to be in one of those cells by exactly the same principle, sort of a commonality between the 2 by 2s. 9 again, look, there's a commonality there, so 9 is up here. I have a feeling this isn't the way to do this, you know, this doesn't seem to be. Oh, 7 is in one of those. Exactly the same principle again. No, this isn't it, is it? I'm going to have to do something more profound. It's interesting to see the quadruple clues there are all distinct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the only digit that doesn't appear in a quadruple clue in those 2 columns is 8. Oh, I see. Is that all? No, okay, it's not always the case because there are repeats, but something similar is going on there. But with 2 digits missing, 3 and 9. Okay, so it's unsurprising. Maybe this digit is where we start then. So whatever that digit is, can't repeat in any of these cells. Now obviously whatever this digit is can't repeat in those cells very naturally. But they're just Sudoku, but the disjoint rule takes it out of these cells as well. No, that's not it either, is it? Well, okay, let's think about Dutch whispers then. So I don't know many secrets about Dutch whispers. I have to say, if it was a German whisper where the difference between the respective digits had to be 5 or greater, then we could immediately say that none of these orange lines contain a 5. And that, I don't know if that would be interesting, but it might be interesting. It would be interesting, because I could write 5 into the middle box, and then I could write it. Oh no, hang on, I couldn't. That 3 and 9 is not saying that those digits are only 3 and 9. No, I couldn't, but I might be able to do something. But the fact is that you can put 5 on a Dutch Whispers line, because you then need a digit that's at least 4 away, and there are actually 2 digits, aren't there? 1 and 9. Yeah, okay, so one of the... Yes, right, so what I was going to say... Okay, let me just go through the chain of thoughts that I just went through there. So 5, if there is a 5 on a Dutch Whispers line, it must be next to a 1 or a 9. But we do actually know that there is a 5 on... Well, we know that there's lots of 5s on these German Whispers lines. Oh, sorry, these Dutch Whispers lines. There has to be a 5 in one of those positions, doesn't there? And there has to be a 5 in one of these positions, because they're all different. And perhaps even more interestingly, there has to be a 5 in the corner. And the reason that's interesting is that I therefore, whichever one of... let me just take the colour out of that one, actually. Whichever one of these... those digits there, whichever one of them is 5, it will have 1 and 9 framing it, because you're going to need 2 digits that are at least 4 different. So one of these lines is, well, we're not going to know the... Let's say it was this one. Oh, no, actually it can't be that one. Okay. So maybe this is it. Because one of these lines is going to be a 5 in the corner, let me show you, and then a 1-9 pair in these 2 positions, we can immediately say it's not this line, can't we? It's not here, because the quadruple clue includes a 5, so that is not the 5-1-9 line with the 5 being in the corner. This one could be. Oh, this one could be. Okay, maybe this does. This one can't be, because the quadruple clue includes any of the digits 1, 5 and 9. That one can't be. That one can't be. That one can be. That one can't be, and that one can't be. So how many did we actually get there that can be? This one. So let's put, right, how should we do this? We'll put purple, which is my colour corresponding to the middle of my colour palette. There, and there. I think they were the 3 boxes where the 5 could go in the top left corner. Let me just double check. I think that looks right. So one of these is a 5. One of the purple digits is a 5 framed by a 1-9 pair. Now, I wonder, can we go further than that? Because the other restricted digits, I'm thinking more in terms of German Whispers lines than Dutch Whispers lines, but I think it's the same sort of principle. Think about 4 on it. One of these corner digits is a 4, isn't it? And the 2 digits that are going to be next to the 4, let's say that's a 4 in the corner. These would have to be 8 and 9. There are no digits. If we go downwards from 4, we get to 0. That's not going to work. So actually, whichever one of the boxes has a cornered 4, then this is complicated to explain, but combined with the 5 in one of the purples, you're going to they are going to hypothecate between the 2 of them the 9s that must appear in these 2 squares. What do I mean? Let me try. I'm just going to show you an example. This is almost certainly going to be wrong, but let's imagine this was 4 and this was 5 in the final grid. The 4 we know would be framed with 8 and 9. We wouldn't know the order. The 5 we know would be framed with 1 and 9. Now, if this was 9, obviously you can't repeat a 9 in the middle left corner of a cell anymore. So that means this square would have to be a 1, and this would be a 9, and then you couldn't repeat a 9 in this position in any of the boxes. So in other words, none of the other orange lines could have 9 in any of those positions, which would be... Yeah, okay, but that we can go further than that. Because the implication then of this situation is, what do you then do with 3? Because one of these crooks is going to be a 3. Let's say it was this one. Well, what digits are at least 4 away from 3? And the answers normally would be 7, 8 and 9, but we know we can't put 9 in either of these. So these would be 7 and 8. And now the 8 has been hypothecated between the 4 and the 3 crooks. So the 2 is going to have to be next to 6 and 7, and then the 7, the 3 and the 2 crooks are going to hypothecate the 7s. So effectively what's happening here is everything is being forced. Or let me put that slightly differently. What we're going to find is that, and the problem is that we don't know where any of this happens, but what we're going to find is that for every digit that appears in a crook, we know the 2 neighbours that must accompany that crook. So there's going to be, we're going to have to find some way of pencil marking this, I think. And who was it who loved colours? Theodore, I'm about to get colourful on you. So let's think about how to do this. So let's start with 4, because 4 is the digit that most naturally follows from the 5 that we were thinking about before, although 6 also could be argued to do the same. So 4, whichever one of these is 4, whichever crook is 4, has 8 and 9 on it. So that one absolutely could be. And the reason I'm using lime green here is that is in position 4 on my number pad, so that's not going to be very helpful, is it? Okay, what I'll do is I'll just put 4 in the middle. I'll put 5 in the middle of these. So for every one of these that can be 4, we'll put 4 in. I'll put a central pencil mark, just because you guys can't see my number pad, I don't think. So, which other ones? Can that be? No, this can't be 4, because 8 and 9 are going to accompany the 4, and 8 we know is there. This can't be 4 by quadruple clue. This can't be... no, this can't be 4. 8 and 9. This can't be 4. 8 and 9. Here we go. This can't be 4. 8 and 9 again. It's impossible. This can't be 4. This can't be 4, because 9 would be here, and this... No, you rotten puzzle. You rotten puzzle. I thought we were going to just get it straight away, but we don't. The 4 could be here. The 5 and the 6 don't prevent this from being 8, 9. Oh, bobbins. All right, well, let's try. Do you think we go to 3 or do you think we go to 6? Let's go to 6 first, because 6 I think is also going to be quite constrained, because 6 will have to go with 1 and 2. So that can't be 6. That can't be 6. That can be 6. So 6 is orange, which I have to put 6 in. That can't be 6. Oh, that can be. That's annoying. So there's more possibilities for 6 than I was hoping. That can't be. Oh, that can be as well. Bobbins again. Oh no, this is terrible. 6 is actually 6 can go anywhere basically. It can't go here because of this quadruple clue, but there's loads of places for 6. Right, let's go. Should we go 7 or should we go 3? Let's go 7. So 7, we know cannot accompany 1 because the 1 has been hypothecated to the 5 and the 6 wherever they live. So 7 is next to 2 and 3. So 7 cannot go there, 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 because there's 3 in here, cannot go there, there, there. Right, that's the one we were looking for. 7, I'll make that red. I think that, I'm going to double check this, but I think because 7 has to go next to 2 and 3, this is the only place it can go. That looks right, doesn't it? So this is 7. That is very important. Well, it's very important in many ways, but that means this is a 2-3 pair. That's the first way it's important. Also, it displaced my green pencil mark, so this is now 4, and we know 4 has to be next to 8 and 9. Which might be important. Sorry, I'm just looking at this now to see if this has done anything more profound than that. Well, let's go back the other way then. Let's go to 3. So 3 we know can't be next to 9. So 3 is next to 7 and 8. That can't be 3. That can't be 3. Well, that can be 3. That can't be. That can't be. That can't be, and I don't think this can be either. 7 and 8 is what we need. So that is 3. This is 7 and 8. By Sudoku, there's now an 8 down here, look. Using the fact of where 8 is in column 3. Okay, so let's try... Well, where should we go now? 2? So 2 we know... 2 we know ordinarily 2 could have gone with 9 or 8, but it can't because those have been hypothecated already. So 2 goes with 6 and 7. So that can't be 2. That can't be 2. Oh, that one can be. So that could be 2. Let's put 2 in. That can't be. No, that's great. Neither of those can be 7. That's beautiful. So this is 2. And that's going to displace, so that's going to do loads, because that makes this a 1 using the logic we had earlier. This is now definitely just purple. We know these two digits are 6 and 7. And that displaced an orange 6. Orange 6 still has a lot of places it could go, though. 7 is now in one of the... Oh, one of 2 places. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Where's 7? 7 has been pushed onto this quadruple clue with 1, 2 and 8. So this is 1, 2, 7, 8. And we know that the 7 is low down in that little triumvirate. Or quadruple, I should really say. Okay. And therefore 1 is going to be next to 5 and 6, isn't it? So can we put... Where are the possible positions for 1s then? That is one of them, unfortunately. So what's my colour for 1? Dark green. So that could be 1 with a 5, 6 pair here. That definitely can't be 1. Oh, why couldn't that? Oh, that can be 1. Sorry, I didn't see that, but that could be. Oh, well, there's now at least 2 options for 1s. Oh, bobbins, that's another one. 1 could go there, and 1 apparently could also go here. Oh, that was a total disaster. Right, well, let's hope that we can get some traction then from the higher digits. So 6 is going to be next to 2... Hang on, have we done 6? I've done 6 already. No, 8 is where we should go next. We've not done 8 and 9, have we? So 8 is going to go with 4 and... no, 4 and 3, isn't it? 4 and 3 for 8. Now, so let's think about... Well, that definitely can't be 8. That can't be 8. That can't be 8. 8's better. 8 is better. Yeah, if that's... Oh, 8. Well, 8 clearly can't go there by many reasons. Firstly, there's a 4 down here. Secondly, there's an 8 pencil mark. So that is going to have to be 8, I think. I don't see what's wrong with that logic. So 8 it accompanies 3 and 4. And then 9 is going to accompany 4 and 5. So actually we should give this the correct colour, shouldn't we? So that everything works. 9 is my blue colour, my lighter blue colour. So 9 in theory is here, here, here or here. And 9 goes with 5 and 6. Oh dear, oh dear. So that's got loads of options. Oh no! It has actually got loads of options. That's really distressing. So we're going to have to do a lot more work, I think, in a moment. I don't see why any of those can't be 9 on the face of it. Oh, hang on, what's that one? Oh, that is, you have to look at it backwards. Oh, that's very clever. 99% sneaky, that's very clever. Yeah, this is sort of a naked single within the disjoint. Because the only digits I've got left to place now are 1, 5, 6 and 9 in the top left position. Now that can't be 1. Why did we think this couldn't be 5 or 6? It's because 5 accompanies 1 and 9, and 1 is here. 6 accompanies 1 and 2. Yeah, so that's a naked single, 9. And 9 goes with 5 and 4. And that might be useful. So we can take actually 9 out of all of these and the blue. And presumably... I don't know what we can do with that, but that feels like it might do something. In this box now, 3 and 6 are interesting. Because they are... Oh, 3. Where's 3 in this box? It's there, by Sudoku. That's 6. Oh, this is lovely. Good grief. Look at what this is doing. 3, therefore, goes there. There's a definite chance of a 3 in the corner, up here. Which would be a Christmas 3 worth singing about. And we've got an... Oh no, we don't have a chance down. We don't have a chance here because of this 3. Is there a reason that can't be a 3? I know I shouldn't be thinking about this, but needs must. Anyway, the other thing I'm noticing is that's 6. So that's a 6 there by Sudoku. That's 7, that's 7, that's 8, that's 8, that's 9. And... that's all important for the following reason. There must be a 6 in this domino, because there is a 6 in that quadruple. So there is a 6 up here. This row we've not put 4 and 5 into. So that digit there is a 4 or a 5. And then we've got to make sure that we're scanning the top right-hand cells. That's not 8. Oh. Look at this quadruple. I've got pencil marks in it for 3 and 8, but also the quadruple clue is 4 and 7. So these digits are 4, 7, 3, 8. And we know the 8 isn't there, the 3 isn't here. Do we know anything else? We probably do, but I'm not immediately seeing how to spot that. I bet you if we thought about these clues again now, yeah, that can't be 5 straight away, because we know 5 is between 1 and 9, and neither of those squares can be a 9 by Sudoku, so that's not 5. 5 was my purple colour. So if this is 5, it has to go 9 here, 1 here, which would place 1 here. Might be possible, not sure. Okay, let's check this one. If this was 5, this would be 9. And this would be 1. And that would be 1. Oh, bobbins, I can't see. It's one of those things is probably ruled out. Oh, hang on. No, that's what I was about to say is not true. What does 1 go with? 1 goes with 5 and 6, doesn't it? Yeah, so maybe I have to pencil mark these 2 and these 2. Let's just try and do that to see if we can short circuit this. So 1, if this is a 1, these 2 squares are a 5-6 pair. If this is a 6, these 2 squares are a 1-2 pair. So this is never 2 by Sudoku. Is the disjoint coming into play? Not sure. Can't see. Okay, maybe this isn't how to do it. Right, if this is 5, we know this is 9 and this is 1. If this is 1, we need 5 and 6 into these positions, which would have to go 6 here and 5 here. And there might be a reason. There's definitely a 5 in this domino then, whichever way round that goes. And the reason... Oh, look! There's a 4 here, and that's on the disjoint there. So they can't repeat the 5. That's got to be a 4. That's a 5. That's a 4. So this is not 5 anymore, which might be important. Oh, come on, Simon. This must be nearly done now, he says somewhat desperately. 5 and 6 in this column are in this string of digits. So there is a 5 in one of those, in this one of these 2 cells. I don't want to pencil mark all of these fully if I can possibly avoid it, but I fear I might have to. How do we do this with efficiency? Come on, 99% sneaky, don't be naughty now. 1 and... this is a 1 or an 8. That's in the bottom left-hand position. I don't think that's resolved, is it? Okay, so we have to try something different. What about... is there anything easy here? We might have to... 4. Where's 4 in this box? Oh, that's a silly question. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to get us anything. I'm trying to see... oh, if there's 6 here, that's not a 6, look. So that is 1 or 2. Well, how can that be 1 then? Oh, it's that simple. Right. This digit is the key. Because we've narrowed this down to 1 or 6. But if it's 1, we know that this can't be 2. It would need to be a 5 or 6, and it can't be 5 and it can't be 6. Beautiful. So that's 6, which is, what colour was 6? 6 corresponds to orange. So this one's orange, because if this can't be orange, and it can't... oh, hang on, be careful here. No, I'm getting ahead of myself. This has to be 6, which is orange. So that is definitely a 1. That's definitely a 2. This definitely is now not 6, so not orange. And we're left with a 1-5 pair. That's still good though. This becomes 8. That becomes 5. There's a 5 in one of those, and that 5 looks at that, so that becomes 9. Oh. Yeah, we know 1 doesn't go with 9, because the 9s are needed especially for the 5 and for the 4, I think. So this has to be 5, that has to be 1, this has to be 1. Let's colour them in and make sure that they are appropriately coloured, which is this way round. 1 we know goes with 5 and 6. This is a lovely, it's a very clever idea, this. It really is very, very well done. Because it's not obvious when you first look at this puzzle how it's supposed to work. Right, these are 2 and 9. I bet that's resolved by some sort of disjointage. 2, 9. Have we got a 2 in the top right of a box or a 9 in the bottom left? No, I don't think we do. Okay. In fact, it's interesting as well to note that this is the only orange pair that we haven't only orange line that we haven't completely resolved. We've got a snooker maximum. I've been watching a bit of darts recently, but we have a snooker maximum as the entries there, 1, 4 and 7. This can't be 1 by Sudoku, that can't be 4, and that can't be 1. Right, so the 1, the 1 just goes at the bottom. That's a little bit of a tired deduction by me. Okay, what about row 1 then? 3, 7 and 8. That's definitely, that's a naked single. Can't be 8 and it can't be 3 because of the quadruple, so that's 7. So these aren't 7 anymore. This is a 3-8 pair. Oh, is that... oh, yeah, that's resolved. There's an 8 in that quadruple clue. So that's 3. Oh, no, we didn't get the 3. We didn't get the Christmas tree. I'm sorry. Okay, I can't do anything about it, but it's true. We're not going to get it. We don't get it. Oh, dear. Okay, there's a... 3 I can place in the middle box. So we can't have any more 3s in the middle of boxes, which means there's no 3 there, for example. So 3 is in one of those 3 squares. I don't know if that's worth notating, but I'll do it. I feel... no. Maybe... where should we look next? What could we do? Could we do column 1, maybe? Feels... or 1, 2, 9. 2 and 9. Yeah, that digit has to be a 2 or a 9, I think, in this column. Is that right? Because this can't be 2 or 9. I need to put a 2 and a 9 in this column. So that's one of the gaps, and that has to be a 2, therefore, because it can't be a 9 because of this. So that's a 9 in the corner. That's a 2. There's a 2 in one of those squares. This digit is 5 or 6. And that's in the bottom left of it. Aha! Look, there's a 5 there. That's so hard to see. So that's 6, that's 5, that's 6. There's a 6 over here. There's a 1 in one of those positions. Have we got a 1 in the bottom of a box? 1 in one of those squares? Maybe, but I don't know. 9. Oh, look, this is nice. 9 has to be in one of those 2 squares by quadruple clue, and this 9. So that means I get a 9 here, which means I get a 9 here. So these digits are from 3, 4, and 7. I'm going to pencil mark that in case we can do something. 3 we know doesn't go in the middle of boxes anymore. Look, there's a 4, 7 pair across the grid into those 2 positions. So if we've got any other pencil mark in the middle of a grid, it cannot be a 4 or a 7. And I'm desperately trying to scan these positions, and I'm not seeing anything. I'm probably missing a trick there. Okay, let's try. Where should we look? We could do that digit. I think that's definitely doable. Is that just a 5? That's quite big, actually, because that means that's a 5 by Sudoku. Wow, okay. Well, let's look at this box then, where we need 4. Oh, there's a 7 there, sorry. Oh goodness, that's been there for ages. 4, 7. Okay. That might... I feel like that should help us finish the puzzle. What are these digits? 8 and 9. Have we got any 8s and 9s on the right hand? Oh, nearly. 8s and 9s on the right hands of boxes. There's an 8 in one of these now. Or 8 in the middle of boxes? No. I should stop trying to do it by the disjoint, probably. Okay, let's try. Where should we look next? 1, 2, 5 and 9? Or maybe I should look at the middle of boxes where I know I can't put 4 or 7 into these positions. Actually, we can see that anyway, can't we? All right, 2, 6, 8, 9 into these squares. So there's definitely a 9 down here, and it must be there. These squares are 2, 6, 7. I feel like that's resolved, but I can't see why. 2, 6, 7. That's not 2. That's not 7. 6 or 7 on the right-hand side of a box? Don't think so. 2 or 6 on the low side of a box? Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Okay, and then there's 2, 6, 8, isn't it? So 2, 6, 8. Oh, well, that's it. That can't be 8. So the 8 in this column is actually placeable now. I think it feels like I'm doing more Sudoku. It's like Sudoku is being more charitable than it sometimes is. 2, 4, 6 into these squares. And I've done generally terribly in these 2x2s. So actually, the disjoint is not proving to be particularly good at resolving them all. 8 is there though, so that can't be 8. And that does place 8 in the middle of that box. So how many 8s have we got left to place? Very few, I would suspect. 1. There. Okay. So all the 8s are now done. I need 1, 2 and 5 in the middle row, and that can't be 2. And can we do anything with the middle cells? I'm not sure. We probably can, but again, I'm not seeing it quickly. Oh, that can't be a 2. Does that matter, the bottom right positions? Probably not again. Okay, let's try row 6. 1, 2, 7, 9. Yeah, where's 9 in row 6? It's only got one place it can go. So this is a 1 or a 2. The bottom position of a box, the bottom middle. Let's try 9. Oh, 9s. We've got all the 9s. They're all done. So let's try 7s then. They don't look as profitable, no. Where else? Where else should we look? We could look at... Oh, 2 is looking at this one. Maybe I have to just pencil mark 1, 4, 5, 6 down here. I'm going to do it. This is not the most elegant way to do this, but it's probably the most efficient way. 4 or 5 in the bottom right-hand corner. So many low digits in the bottom right-hand side. Look, there's a 3-4 pair in the bottom right. So that's got to be a 6. That's huge. So that's 2. That's 4. That's 4. That's 7. That's 3. Oh, that's absolutely mighty. That is doing a lot of work all of a sudden. That's a 1. Okay. So this is a 4-6 pair. This is a 1-3 pair. That might well be. Yeah, look, there's a 1 here, so that can't be 1. So that's got to be 1. That's got to be 3. These squares are 5 and 6. Which is resolved. So 6 goes here, 5 goes here, 5 goes here. 1, yeah, I think we're done now. 1, 2, 3 here. 6 here. 7, 2, 7, 4, 4, 6. That is lovely. Absolutely lovely. Now I'm slightly nervous about clicking the... Well, let's do it. Yes, we were right. Gosh, it's got quite a lot of souls. 170 all but in 10 days. Very, very brilliant puzzle. It's such a clever idea. So let's try and frame the idea. So the idea is that by looking in just the 3 digits, especially, I think it must be mostly about these crook digits, and them having to, especially the 5 having only, well, it's not true to say only 5 has 2 neighbours, but 5, 6, 4, and then you whittle down, because you hypothecate certain extreme digits to certain orange lines, it restricts all of the digits, and they sort of cascade, and they're forced, and then the quadruple clues just resolve the disposition of colours. I love that. It is indeed bent into shape. And thank you very much for watching me with my Father Christmas hat on this Monday evening. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.